If you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Don't this hit make my people wanna jump? Don't this hit make my people wanna jump? Don't this hit make my people wanna jump?
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listing.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. Gangnam Style. Oppa Gangnam Style.
There can be only one magical Negro.
Come le tiki que llama que buena baila usted a la vuelta pa' mí otra vez llegó el negro de.
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
Howard Holly from the heart. This is pathetic.
Where we used to live.
Life could be worse.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Vai, quebra, tem mais, vai. Menina, chega aí. Vai, olha, danado. Eita!
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah.
Magic mirror on the wall. The fairest one of all.
Oh, bitch, you killed Kitty.
Kitty.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Lorena Creole, of course, always bringing you that spice when it comes to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And of course, welcome to the Spice Lounge, where we give you those hot takes and spicy conversation about what's going on out there in pop culture. No filter, we just let it all fly, and we call balls and strikes exactly the way that we see them. So once again, I'm so thankful for all of you guys for supporting the show, supporting my weird sense of humor, and just supporting my friends that come on the panel here with me, because it really is a blessing to just do this show and just have fun. I mean, there's a lot of like gloom and doom that people say about pop culture, but I like to focus on the reality and the stuff that still remains to be fun. And speaking of fun, folks, we got a packed show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about, it seems like another gaming CEO has basically told Blizzard, hold my beer and watch this, with respect to saying stuff to piss off gamers. We're going to be talking about the excitement behind the live action Lilo and Stitch movie. Also, going to be talking about Ironheart. Yes, that abomination that is coming to Disney Plus. And as your girl is an engineer, and obviously, I'm obviously Black, I got some things to say. some things to say that other people won't say, and other things that I need to say so you guys can be informed and pass that down with respect to the discussion. And you know what? Pedro Pascal, not only can he not keep his mouth shut, but he can't stop doing stupid stuff and dressing like he's blind or something like that. So we're going to talk about that because I'm pretty sure, and from what folks are saying, it's going to affect the Fantastic Four movie. Probably just like what happened with Rachel Zegler and Snow White. So I see you guys starting to come in here, 46 of you between YouTube and between X. So thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, heart that stream over there on X, and no, your eyes are not deceiving you. StreamYard decided to earn some of my money and actually put a chat window up here so you guys can see the chat that's up there, what's going on, and now we can all see what to say. So be nice, which I know you will. All right, let's bring on my first guest. Of course, you got my wing woman here. You know her as Erica from Hanging with Erica and Rob, and I so did not mean to put you on mid-chew, my dear.
I always got snacks. As long as the audience doesn't mind me snacking all the time.
Oh no, I have had streams where I'm just like I didn't get a chance to eat yet, so y'all just going to have to watch me. You're just going to have to watch me eat.
That was me earlier. It was a disaster ordering food tonight because McDonald's apparently stopped delivering to our village too far. The pizza place in our village last minute had canceled our order. And then I had to outsource to another delivery pizza. I don't know, it was a disaster. I didn't get dinner till like 7. So it was like an hour into pro show. So I kept going off screen so I could, and inhale my pizza.
Well, no worries. Here we're just kind of like, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have to eat? So no worries, no worries. You're among friends, so I don't
That's
care.
my snack right now. It's a soft batch too. They're not going to kill my jaw.
I have been addicted to those since I was in middle school. And when my first visit to Germany, and I was in Frankfurt at the duty-free shop, they had this huge ass bag of I'd
Girl, they got
never
buckets
seen.
of that stuff.
Yes.
Massive, like the size of my head.
I was like, how many of these can I fit? Can I fit in my suitcase? I'd never
Ooh, Mark Dolly.
ever seen them
Homemade
like that.
bacon cheeseburgers.
Delicious. Oh, you know
So
what?
I've always got food on my mind. Always got food on my mind.
I do
I
too.
love eating.
I do too. Do you know what I found at the Walmart today?
Am I gonna be jealous?
Probably.
Because I'm in Germany. We got rules in
Probably.
this house. There's certain things we're not allowed to say, or we're gonna like wash each other's mouths out with soap.
I'll say who said bacon and cheeseburger. I know, right? Delicious. No, I saw mango blow pops. Now, it wasn't the brand blow pops. Yes. They're from this like company. I think they're in Colombia. I think is what it is. I think that's where they're from. And I forget the name. Dang it. I got the bag in the kitchen. Not only are there mango blow pops, passion fruit blow pops.
Oh.
Girl.
With the gum in the middle and everything?
Yes. It is not as tasty, I would say, as the blow pops, but who the heck cares? I had one, and yes, it did. It tasted just like mango, like the gum. It's got the candy, all around it. I'm gonna have to post a picture because folks are not going to believe me. I'm like, mango pops.
I gotta get y'all's packages shipped out. I'm still sitting on all this like Easter candy. I meant to ship everything before Easter.
Man, I love living in Florida. People don't look at me weird when I'm like, okay, where's the guava nectar? Where's that? Where's that?
Mm.
Yeah, I don't get weird looks. But not speaking of weird, because Tom is so cool. He is one of my amazing mods, and he's graciously agreed to come on the show. So welcome, folks. Tom F. How you doing?
Hey all, what's going on?
Let's talk about
Hello,
food.
neighbor. Kind of.
I want my gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Sure, if you want to die, but that's on you.
Gummy bears are awesome. They're so awesome. I love. Oh gosh, I'm such a candy fiend. But it's sour.
I'm the same way. I love candy.
It has to be sour candy, like the
Mm.
Spanish sour
Have
belts.
you had the sour version of these?
Yes. They
No.
have them at Five Below. You go to Five Below, I swear
they
they have
do?
every freaking gummy bear that you can think of from Haribo, including gummy spaghetti, gummy sharks, sour.
They got the spaghetti out there now? Oh, damn, that's new. Jeez.
That's
I
where
thought that was an
you go.
exclusive here. Huh.
That's where you go to get the candy. So yeah, I know. I love. There's just too much candy that I like. It's a darn shame. I need to stay away from Five Below, but I can't, because not only do they have the regular candy, but they have like the throwback candy. Sometimes they'll have candy cigarettes. I'll have Mike and Ike's. Sometimes I'll have the candy in the old school NES container tin, so it looks like an NES controller, but it's got candy in it.
There's a store in Cocoa that has all throwback candies. That's a little hidden gem that I'll have to show you. Me and Linda love it.
Please tell me they've got tongue splashers.
They probably do.
If you can find tongue splashers, I can't find those anywhere. That was a late 80s, early 90s favorite. Oh my gosh, I freaking love tongue splashers, but I haven't been able to find them in years. Anywhere, not even online. These supposedly nostalgic specialty candy shops, like they don't even carry those. I'm like, come on.
And I would love to try that, especially the nice big the now and later packages.
Oh, we used to sell those in school and buy them off of each other. And the blue raspberry blow pops and your whole mouth and lips would turn blue. Our teachers would get so.
I used to hustle pixie sticks.
Linda
I would hustle Airheads
in that place.
Oh, Linda would?
She found violets and all that other type of stuff too. The old Times Square candies in the little packages.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had that.
Oh man, man, we can talk about candy all day. We might have to have a throwback candy type of show, because man,
that'd be fun.
That candy was so good. So good.
That sea salt taffy up north in the New England, in Massachusetts area, that stuff is good. But it has to come from there.
Oh, okay. Because I'm used to the saltwater
Like the real thing.
from like Jersey. So
yeah, from like up north, like I don't know what it's about. The ones that they make up there, it's really good.
Yeah, the taffy they make in the South, it's too sweet. But if you go to the Key Lime Pie Company in Cocoa Beach, right across from Ron John Surf Shop, they got the legit taffy, like saltwater taffy, but they've got like mango flavor, they've got key lime flavor, they've got passion fruit flavor. It's insane. And of course, that's where the little gator that's blind, Sweetie Gator. She's blind, so the owner basically carries her around. Yeah, Ron doesn't talk. Tell me what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Have you seen the person?
Like I've seen that somewhere.
With the monkey.
No.
He has a pet monkey.
No, I haven't seen the pet monkey.
Yeah, the monkey's mean, but he'll wave at you. Just don't go near the car.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I know that from now.
Damn. Okay.
Key lime pie on a stick.
Right. Well, let's see, folks. Lorena selling the addictive powder. Yes. Pixie sticks, they were crack. You want to talk about candy candy Bolivian marching powder. That's exactly what pixie sticks were.
You know what
Sugar
we used to do? We'd mix Kool-Aid and sugar and bring them in bags in school and just
Well, folks, I want to kick off with Mark Daly with this $5 super chat. Thank you so very much, my dear. Let me hit you up.
Ooh, here's a key grip. Hit that director in the face. Really fucking hard. Oh, ow.
R.I.P. George.
She really did hit you.
What?
She really did hit you.
We'll pour one out for Norm. The bar won't be the same without him, but we will always know his name. Yes, and I've actually got the story up that we're going to get to. George Wendt dies. Actor who played Norm on Cheers was 78. This is so sad. I mean, I watched Cheers not as much as I watched Frasier, because Frasier Crane and Norm were my favorite characters on the show. So when Frasier got his own show, I started watching that. But like Frasier and his interactions with his wife Lilith was just absolutely insane. But even better was when you had when George Wendt was at the bar. Whenever he would come in, everybody would yell Norm. That was just so cool. But do you know what? There is actually a Star Trek connection with George Wendt by proxy. I don't know if you guys know this. Have you ever watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine?
Yeah.
The character of Morn, who is always in Quark's bar, an homage to his character.
Okay. Now that you say that, I never connected that till now. God, I feel stupid.
It is one of those deep, very, very specific Star Trek references. If you didn't watch Deep Space Nine, you wouldn't get it. But anytime we go to conventions, I met the guy who played Norm or played Morn. They're just like, yeah, that was like the joke. Like Morn was always in the bar. Everybody knew who Morn was. And the writer, I think the producer as well. They love Cheers. So they wanted to throw that in there because Morn was always at the darn bar. So sometimes Quark will be talking to him. So yeah, this is so sad. So George Wendt, best known for playing beer swilling Norm on Cheers, died peacefully in his sleep while at home early Tuesday morning, according to a family rep. He was 76. Wendt was on Cheers for the entirety of the show's epic run from 82 to 93. On a series full of beloved characters, his Norm Peterson was arguably the most beloved, with his entry into a scene announced each time as all the bar's patrons exclaimed Norm. What followed was usually a setup from one of his co-stars, followed by a snappy one-liner from Norm. So as a result of that performance, Wendt earned 6 consecutive Emmy nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, but never won. And that's a shame. I love seeing this guy. Are you guys big Cheers watchers?
I used to when I was younger.
Yeah, we watched it as a family quite a bit. I liked his character. He always had he had a good sarcastic sense of humor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was just it was the running, I think it was the running joke, the running gag that, that caught me the most. That just made him so endearing. Yeah. So it's sad. At least he passed away peacefully in his sleep. But yeah, pour one out for Norm. We are really going to miss you, George Wendt, for sure. But you know what? Has somebody else opine in on this. Views with Hughes, how you doing, my dear?
Yes.
Good. How's everybody doing?
Doing
going on?
good.
Good.
Doing
I'm glad to
good.
see you again.
Likewise, likewise. Hey, Chad, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
All
Should
right,
have doing well.
but yeah,
Uh,
when I first learned about this passing from Nerdrotic on X and RIP, I'm like, oh no, who passed away this time? When I saw it was George Wendt, no. But yeah, but I mean, yeah, like I came into this like backstage and stuff. I did watch it as a kid. No, I'm not that old. Is this aired before I was born? By the way, sorry y'all. But yeah, I watched it with my dad and stuff. First, Christy Alley, then Alley, then Shelley and everything, and now George went. Oh, don't forget Ratsburger too. I'm telling you this right now.
yeah.
Wherever, well, Woody Harrelson's good so far as far as we know. But wherever Ted Danson is, protect him at all costs.
Yes.
That's all I gotta say.
Yes, definitely protect him. Let's see. Juliet has been a member for 3 months. Good morning, Lorena, Erica, and chat. Well, so good to see you, Juliet. As usual, I love seeing those beautiful, beautiful grandkids you have in your avatar. I'm always tickled to see you because you guys are over there in the UK. I have not been to the UK in like over a decade, and I miss it. I miss it. There's just something about going to a country where there's towns that are named the same name as where you lived in Philadelphia. And that kind of like kind of tripped me out.
Don't forget
You're like,
about New York.
yeah, New York as well. It's just
Oh, and also Virginia, named after the Virgin Queen, Queen Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. But it's like when I go, it's like you can tell if you're British or if you're American. And Dylan's probably in the chat. It said, say Cheltenham. And I'm like, no, it's Cheltenham. No, Americans, we call Philly, we call it Cheltenham. Okay. It's just a pronunciation. It just cracks me up. Because if you ever watch Boy Meets World way back in the day, because that was actually
Taking place in
set
Philadelphia.
in Philadelphia, like set specifically, there, like around Abington, which is spelled with a B, not a V, like it is in the UK. And they actually had I think like a soccer competition with Cheltenham, and they kept saying Cheltenham, like CH. I'm like, no, you got it all wrong, dude. No, you need to pronounce it right. All right, folks. Well, we have got 95 of you guys in here in the chat just with some quick hitting news for you guys, aside from George Wendt. I'm a big Looney Tunes aficionado. I don't know. How about you guys?
I'm disappointed they took that off of Max. Oh, sorry, HBO Max.
Love it.
I was an Animaniac fan.
Oh, that one too. But man, I used to watch so much Looney Tunes. Didn't know I was starting to learn about classical music pieces, like Flight of the Valkyries is actually Kill the Rabbit. I didn't know that. I had no idea what that was, but I loved watching Looney Tunes. And I heard about this movie the day the Earth blew up, like it wasn't even going to see the light of day. But eventually it got put in the theaters. But now it's going to be streaming exclusively on Max, which used to be HBO Max. I don't know why they changed it. They should have kept
And
it.
now
as
it's going to be HBO
Max.
Max again, right?
Yeah, now it's HBO Max again. Yeah, like old Coke, new Coke, back to old Coke. So yeah, streaming exclusively on Max June 27th. So if you have Max, like I do, I get it because I have AT&T for phone service. I can never leave AT&T at all. I can't. The deal, they keep sweetening the deal for me to stay. So I can't wait to see this. It should be a lot of fun. I've heard that it's good. So I can't wait to check this out, and hopefully you guys will too. Members, we might have a watch party for this particular film, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right, next story. I had to talk about this because the more I get into gaming, the more shenanigans I see, and it just makes my jaw drop. So apparently, the Gearbox chief, ones that make Borderlands 4, he actually stepped in it. Apparently, someone had brought up saying, hey, $80 for Borderlands 4. Fan was just like, who went, we're concerned about paying $80. So apparently, dude said, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make this happen. Now, I've heard some tone deaf stuff, but does anybody remember with the Diablo 4 release that it wasn't on PC? Let's refresh people's memory, because I didn't know about this, and Loki, Stone Cold Loki, he's like, no, you have to see how ignorant this is and how much they hate their fans.
Lord Fluffy, face of Diablo. I was curious. I was curious. I see a lot of mechanics that we've kind of been begging for in Diablo 3 in this. Is there any plans to make this playable on PC, or is this strictly mobile forever?
Are there any? The current plan is to be on mobile, both Android and iOS. We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
You heard that, right? Let me bring it back a little bit before you hear what the audience says.
To do PC.
You heard that, right? Diablo, a PC game since forever. And the new incarnation, they said they're just going to put it on mobile.
Didn't that game flop?
I think it did.
Yes.
Yeah, and this time the villain was a female character, right?
I don't remember, since I missed out on this part, because I wasn't PC gaming. You purposely boycotted, Tom? I don't blame you. And that was a question I brought up with Loki. I'm like, isn't Diablo a PC game? And he's like, yes. And this dude is just like, no, we're not gonna put it on PC. We're gonna put it on mobile.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
It is that game, the one with the female villain stuff. I forgot her name and stuff, but it's that forgettable, y'all. But yeah, that was on mobile only.
Mobile only,
and not PC.
Not PC. That's why people were booing like crazy, because it's like, what do you mean? Diablo's always been a PC game, so
you could do it on PC, but you had to do side loading and everything else, and it was still a mobile game on a PC. It was just like annoying.
Can I just reiterate how much I hate playing mobile games? I mean, I don't as a rule, but the one that I do play, I absolutely loathe it. So folks are not happy, and here's his answer.
Not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
Not, you know what? Our PC version is going to be coming out later because we're still working on it. Something like that. No, what does he say? Y'all don't have phones? It made zero sense. And people thought that he was joking, which is why you have this dude
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
I remember that part.
I clipped that. That is without a doubt my favorite darn clip. I kid you not.
Is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
Yeah. Which brings
Well, they
me
got their asses handed to them right there, didn't they?
did. I'm like, wow. And not the, we apologize or whatever. And it's just like, what, you don't have phones? And these are like hardcore gamers in the audience here. And just the way that they treat them is just ridiculous. So I'm not surprised when I hear stuff like this. So let's see. Outspoken Gearbox chief Randy Pitchford has responded to a fan who expressed concern about the prospect of paying $80 for Borderlands 4, saying, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. Now, I get it. I mean, I remember being in high school and working a part-time job to save up to, buy video games, the game I wanted. Okay. Granted, it was not like $80 or anything like that, but I did it. For the same reason, I want a Stellar Blade on PC. The deluxe version was $80. I paid it because I wanted it. Although Pitchford is right, this is the worst thing to say. And we've heard this in numerous pop culture circles. If you're a real fan, you'll like what Disney did to Star Wars. If you're a real fan, you won't mind that the Doctor is a woman or now is a flamboyantly gay Black British man. That shouldn't be a problem. If you're a real fan, you don't mind that we basically offed 007.
I'm sorry, but Daniel Craig 007, I was really a fan of that.
I mean, here's the thing that it's like, if you would have said, okay, you'll find a way to make it happen if you want the game, which is a perfectly legit thing to say. But to somehow imply you're not a real fan is really a slap in the face to people. And I've noticed this happening with several pop culture circles that try to shame you into watching something, or in this case, try to shame you into getting the game. I'll just stick with Borderlands 3 that I got for $5.99 on sale in the Epic Game Store. I don't know. What do you guys think when you have CEOs of gaming companies talking?
I'll wait for PlayStation Pass to have it, whatever they call that, and get it for free.
Oh, the PSN?
Yeah, I'll just wait for that to be a free app, and I'll wait 2 years. I won't give them a penny.
I think it'll be on discount in the Epic Game Store, like barely a few weeks after it gets released. I've seen it happen. I mean,
I played the other ones. They're okay. They were nothing really, not like replayable. Nothing really like, eh.
Yeah. I had someone recommended I play Borderlands 3. So I was like, okay. So I got that because that was on the cheap. Hey, Kiss My Grits. Lorena Creole, I was considering applying for a job at EA a while back, but after watching all of your gaming coverage, I want no part of the insanity that is the gaming world. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, dude, same deal. I got contacted by recruiters trying to fill roles at EA. I'm like, I'm not interested.
You know what this reminds me of? The very thing that one of the heads at Nintendo and stuff said about Nintendo Switch and stuff. The comments that he made about how like the console is going to be at that high of a price and the game's going to be like $80 and stuff. Like it was just this tone deaf and everything. But crazy part about it, this might, it could end up in the same manner where it's going to be either a number of people like Tom here, they're gonna wait like 2 years for it to come out on a PSN, or not buy it at all, or they're just gonna go ahead and do a pre-sale. Because remember, Nintendo Switch 2, that the pre-sales were sold out like quick and stuff, despite the high price and everything. But the fact of the matter is that you don't make that kind of comments against those who are your customers and stuff. You know, especially if they have the choice of buying it and everything. Not to mention, it seems to me that the franchise itself is going to be has reached its peak, possibly because of the fact that not a lot of people are talking about this. And they also weren't really flattered about the movie, the Borderlands movie, either. So there's no hype there. And also, along with that point, it's going to be people just actively, possibly boycotting it. And this is also why, the retro games are making a big comeback off of saying. I'm talking about the games from Atari all the way up to PS4 and everything, because people enjoy those. Even the kids out there are starting to enjoy those more and stuff. It's crazy because thanks to TikTok and everything, you got kids out there enjoying the retro games and stuff and looking for the retro games and everything, to the point where they're not just interested in, like, the only games that they're interested in that's on the modern consoles and stuff is Grand Theft Auto 5 and stuff. And the next thing they're looking forward to is Grand Theft Auto 6, which is supposed to be released next year. So Borderlands and stuff, they don't have much competition right now. But as far as the $80 concerned, people would rather they'd rather pay $80 for the Grand Theft Auto 6 that's to be released next year than to pay $80 for this mess.
Yeah,
I agree with him.
Yeah, that's been the impression that I've been getting. It's just like there's no excitement really for Borderlands 4. Nowhere near excitement as when the GTA 6 trailer dropped and the views were through the roof within the first hour that sucker got dropped.
The interesting part about their game and stuff is that the graphics on it is so crystal clear that people say
it is.
The part where he's walking out the store with the beer and everything, you can see the bubbles inside of it and the perspiration on the outside. So that's why it's going to be worth the wait.
It totally is. Totally is. Video game developers often have it rough. Yeah, they do, because as someone who's been in IT, you have people who are way above their pay grade making decisions without checking in with them. And when they tell them, hey, this isn't going to work or this is going to fail or whatever, and you got people to product level, no, I can't tell them that because we promised this particular date. So they half-ass it, put it out there, and that's a problem with software as a service. I know I'm getting a little nerdy out here. There's a problem with software as a service. Remember back in the day when you used to get cartridges or you get it on disc, that's the complete game. But with software as a service, they're just like, we can just put this here. We can just patch it later in the cloud, whatever. We'll just fix it later.
Yeah,
and then blame the developers when it doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
So I've been that developer. I've been that business analyst. I've been that tester. Said, you put this out there, I'm not signing off on it. I want to be on record that I told you this wasn't going to work. So when it blows up in production, I'm going to tell you I told you so. Stop making me right. And sure enough, that's what would happen.
Great. Now I want to play Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct.
I miss Mortal Kombat. Well, moving on to one of our main topics. Guilty pleasure. I am really excited about seeing the live action Lilo and Stitch movie. The CGI on this booger looks so good. He's so darn cute. I've been in stores. Okay. Stitch stuff sells anyway already. But when you go in Five Below and the whole section with nothing but Stitch merchandise for this movie is practically gone, that's a good sign. So I'm looking forward to it. Alan Ng, who is part of Film Threat, He went to see it. He got to see it early, and he says, "Time to cash those Disney checks. Lilo and Stitch is a legit hit. Drop the kids off while you watch Mission Impossible." So I don't know how many of you are interested in seeing it. I am purely guilty pleasure. I wanna see it. I love the music from the original, and like I said, the CGI on Stitch looks really good in every trailer that I've seen. What about you folks?
My wife said that Stitch, the live action version of Stitch looked creepy. But then she warmed up to it and thought it was cute.
What about the rest of you guys?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not gonna be able to see it when it comes out on Thursday because of work schedules, but maybe next week when Raph has off, we
Mhm.
can get around. Unless I go by myself, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I really want to see it.
I'll go see it. I just haven't decided when yet.
I'm going to go see it Thursday, and I was barely able to get a seat.
I don't think I'm interested in this one. I'm sorry, but Mission
didn't even
Impossible is
check
going to
the
be in theaters.
See that? Then again, that's another one that that I have to see. I have to see Lilo and Stitch movie, and then I have to see Mission Impossible because I want to see Mission Impossible in the IMAX theater. So I have to go to a different theater to go and see that one in IMAX. I hope it's better than the last one. Not that the last Mission Impossible was all that bad, but
It was part one.
yeah, it was part one. It had some good scenes in it, but I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it as much as the
But do
previous
you
one.
know? Well, do you know what that means? This is part one. That means it's half good. Get it?
Yeah, I had no issues with it. It's like when you have a whole bunch of good movies in the franchise and one is it's not bad, but it's not like the other ones. You don't want to throw it out, at all. But it's just kind of like, but it gave me what it gave me. Tom Cruise doing crazy ass stunts, landing a motorcycle on a train. I'm like, come on now. But coming from Deadline, Lilo and Stitch review. Disney's latest live action remake is a sweet but sluggish adaptation. Now, I really do not put much stock in reviews from Deadline because they're part of Access Entertainment Media, Deadline, The Wrap, Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and they all seem to have a tendency to poo-poo family films unless there's like a LGBTQIA Skittles Nation thing going on in it. But for family movies, they tend to just, even if it's pretty good, they give it backhanded compliments.
I got a question.
Hmm.
Is it true that they're not going to have Gantu in this movie?
That is true. Captain Gantu is not in this film. I think. Well, I was disappointed when I heard that. But the reason that I think that they did not put him in this movie, probably because one, how much they had to pay Courtney B. Vance to be Cobra Bubbles, and why they couldn't get Bing Rames to do it, I don't get it. But they got him. This film was made for $100 million, and it's basically the fault of all the crap that happened with Snow White.
Someone's going to get fired.
I think they just didn't. I just think they just didn't put Gantu in here because I'm thinking it's a money thing that they cut it out and they found some way to write around it. I won't know until I see the film. That does concern me that Gantu isn't in here. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. Yes, they recorded a new kids choir. Yes, if you want some feel good music, if you go to YouTube, they have the Hawaiian Kids choir, and they're singing all the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. They're singing all the songs from the live action version of the movie, and it is so good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Courtney B. Vance seems to me that he knows how to milk them because he probably know how the trouble that Disney's in and everything, as well as the fact that personally, I think he's overrated as an actor. I'm gonna say that right now. He's overrated.
Who's overrated? Sorry.
Courtney B. Vance.
Yes, he is. 100%. Like I said, how come they couldn't get Ving Rhames? Unless unless he was filming Mission Impossible. That just hit me right now.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that very thing. But yeah, like Courtney B. Vance. I'm sorry, nah. You pick
really?
another older black man. Now, if the movie was $200 million, they'll have Denzel Washington, no problem. But then again, he was filming that Spike Lee movie as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Shoot,
That's
what
true.
Shoot, they would have done the live actions of the Lilo and Stitch back in 2006. They would have had Danny Glover.
Wow.
I'm overstepping on that.
Shinovsky, yes, I heard they removed the cross dressing. That pissed me off.
That was a fun part.
That was a funny part. Pleakley cross dressing and getting mad because Jumbo wanted to wear the dress, and he's like, "No, you can't have it. You just hate me because I'm pretty."
Oh yeah, I'm definitely skipping this one.
I'm like, okay, all right. So we'll see if that's happened. But that 100 million, they're gonna make their money back and then some by the weekend. Yes. And here's the reason why, Chef Nation. Looking at the theaters, all the prime seats are like taken. The seats that are left are the ones like where just stared up at the screen. More often than not, the showings are about like 2/3 full. The merchandise is flying off the shelves at Target. I mean, they always had Stitch merchandise, but the Stitch movie merchandise is moving. And that's how Disney makes a lot of their money with these movies, is the merchandise tie-in. Snow White, there was no merchandise except for, I think, collector dolls. That was it. Minecraft has merchandise out there. Stitch movie merchandise was out there with people buying it. So it's going to make its money back. And yes, they are projecting over 100 million for that to happen.
I wonder where was this filmed? Was it filmed in Hawaii or somewhere else?
Yes, the issue that I have is that instead of it being filmed in like Oahu, like a very pastoral Hawaii setting, it looks like it's shot in Honolulu.
They're probably like, they won't notice any difference. That'll be fine.
So, that was just something that I saw.
But
Rapids
hey,
and Reels. Got your tickets today. Yep. There's a lot of people that are going. So for parents who want to be able to take their kids to a movie that, for the most part, is going to be pretty heartfelt and just keep the kids entertained for about 90 minutes, they're going to go to this one. But between Lilo and Stitch and between the Mission Impossible movie, nobody's going to give a damn about Thunderbolts.
I got hammered in my comment section when I did videos on Thunderbolts.
I refuse to see that movie in the theater. Oh, go ahead, Erica.
Meanwhile, here in Germany, the theater is very open the entire weekend, but that could change moving in. I don't really think Germans really buy tickets in advance. I think they just kind of show up in person about an hour before a movie starts. I don't. Americans will buy things in advance. I don't think the Germans really do that.
I buy mine in advance and I show up there an hour early.
I buy mine in advance so I can have my seat. I'm willing to pay for that because I don't want to sit.
Yep.
I don't want to sit in line. Although with what I have, because I have the Regal movie pass, so if I can't make the movie, I just get my money back and
Me too.
pick something else if I want to. But yeah, it seems like here people like to plan when they're going to go, when they're going to go to the movies. But what I'm curious about is I need to go down to Disney Springs and see what's going on there, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, with Snow White, it looked like nobody was there trying to see that movie. And given this is over, like say Memorial Day weekend, we're gonna see how packed it is or isn't. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be busy because Disney World is so expensive to get into the parks. A lot of people go to Disney Springs instead as an alternative and actually get a better experience. Yet, Braylon, we needed to have Cinderella's castle TP'd. That's what I wanted to see, because they did that. A time with Stitch toilet paper and Cinderella's castle. I was like, how come we couldn't get that back? That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, I saw the teaser for Zootopia 2. I was like, yeah, they could have did better about that. It was okay. They could have did better. But over 116 of you folks watching, thank you so very much. Appreciate you being here. Let's get to this hot garbage. Because I'm going to be watching this series because Disney has the audacity to make me the target audience for this hot mess. So, coming from John Nolte over on Breitbart, Disney Plus's Ironheart downvoted the teenage girl boss Iron Man no one asked for. Now, if you want to know just how bad it's downvoted, because I have the API that shows the downvotes, 202K upvotes to 433K downvotes. And just to be honoring, I'm going to refresh it, see where we're at. 436. Not as bad as Snow White, but you're running 2-1 downvoting this, which is not cool. Well, I won't say not cool. I'm not surprised. Not as bad as Snow White, but it's still bad. What have you folks heard about Ironheart? And I'm gonna run a trailer.
Oh well, what I heard about it is that people who are like the Marvel shows, Disney shows, and left-leaning people and everything. Yo, they're really trying to justify this whole thing, and they don't understand what happened with the comic book sales back in 2016. They said, well, for your information, Ironheart was in the comics. It was in the comics 2016. Yeah, but they canceled that and stuff after for like a certain while and everything, to the point where no one took interest in it. It's part of the series where the female Hawkeye didn't even last. The Awesome Hulk didn't last either. Even Black Captain America comic issues didn't last. That should tell you something right there about the movie as well. So yeah, those were flops and stuff. This will also be a flop, and they're calling like the different people out there who are criticizing it racist and everything, only because of the fact they just saw a few number of trolling accounts and stuff on YouTube and stuff saying that things like, oh well, I wonder who her father is and stuff. But the thing is, that doesn't speak to the genuine, those who are former, Marvel fans out there, or at least those who still have hope and everything. Because guess what? They are the ones that know how bad Ironheart did in comic sales and stuff. They know, they're the ones who also saw how bad things went with Ironheart as well as Spider-Man issue and stuff too. And they also know how bad it is because of the fact that they know the comics and stuff. That I guarantee you all, this show is not going to happen when Tony Stark is in the helmet and everything, because that's what happens in the comics, because he was in the coma, not because he was dead and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, this is just dead on arrival. And they're tying this to Mephisto too, and bless the that guy's the Latino actor and stuff who's playing the villain and everything. But yo, I mean, no ill will against the actress playing Riri Williams and stuff. My issue is with Marvel. Period. Kevin Feige and stuff. This was made like years ago, completed in like what I believe it was 2022 and stuff. Right around the time where Wakanda Forever was out of theaters and stuff. And they had put it on the shelf and stuff because they knew that the show was going to be successful. Now they have the shills out here, even different shilling YouTubers out there who are trying to defend this show. The same ones that saying that Thunderbolts saved Marvel.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they're the same ones that said that Thunderbolts saved Marvel. Yeah, and the crazy part about it, it still hasn't broken even yet. You know what's doing better than that's doing way better than the Thunderbolts right now? A Minecraft movie. And people can go ahead and say, but everyone knows about Minecraft and stuff. This big franchise and stuff. Yeah, but they did it with less money. They don't need to make like 400 something to break even. They broke even the first weekend it was in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Here's my thing about Ironheart and Hughes. You are absolutely right. This thing got greenlit during the Summer of Love. We all know. The same time they hauled out the concept artwork for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Same time that they greenlit Wakanda Forever, a film that should not have been rushed the way that it was, because who the heck wants to see Shuri as Black Panther and not T'Challa as Black Panther? So all of this is within that MCU phase. This is kind of like what happens when you have food poisoning, okay? You have to get it all out.
And on top of that, they're going to have Black Panther 3 and starting to be made soon.
I can't with that. I can't. I said, Shuri is not Black Panther. I don't know about somebody said, well, she was, she took the mantle in the comics. I'm like, I'm watching the MCU movie, so I really don't. The comic thing doesn't really come in for me. If you have the MCU universe and you start canon in the MCU universe and you start screwing it up, yeah, we got a problem with that. And normies will drop out of that. And this whole show is just based on racial outrage. Okay. That's what it is. Riri Williams supposedly went to MIT. The only reason I didn't go to MIT is because MIT cost too much freaking money. So I didn't go to MIT as an engineering student. She comes back talking about she wants to make something iconic. Okay. Not stuff that can help humanity. Not engineers who do stuff like work on, prosthetic limbs. They work on, things to help people who have visual impairments, stuff to actually advance humanity, the stuff that you want to create that has never been. That's the engineer's creed. It's like scientists discover what is, engineers create what has never been. And there's no drive behind her really to create something to truly further mankind. Tony Stark, okay, Stark Industries, all of that stuff that Stark Industries did, even when I forget who that reporter chick was, who wanted to give him static about the fact that he was an arms dealer. And he's like, look, my dad fought the Nazis. You got a problem with that? But same thing. And I know you got to go, and we're gonna keep going on this, but to fill it completely with what you're saying, it's not racist to criticize this thing. You know what is racist? Thinking slop like this is above criticism.
Exactly. And also, crazy part about this is that, Riri Williams, she's basically the LeBron James of Marvel. If y'all not familiar with this, basically, she's making it all about herself. Me, me, me. Like Rowena said, instead of like do something that's for the benefit of humanity and stuff. She wants to do something that's benefit of herself. Compare that to LeBron James. He suddenly called himself the greatest of all time, the best basketball player ever. When in reality, everybody else is saying Michael Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time, even though he cringes and disagrees with that notion. But he lets the game talk about it. And he also, his peers even say that he's how best he is. Who in the world is saying that Riri Williams is the most memorable character over Tony Stark? I'll wait.
She's not. She stole Stark Tech. All right. Rather than say, all right, instead of trying to steal Stark Tech, how about you work for us? How about you work your debt off by working at Stark Technologies? You know. But they don't do that. They're having this to somehow basically to show that she's better than Tony Stark, because you heard Robert Downey Jr. come out and basically, well, I think the actress Dominique Thorne said, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. called me and he said, you're doing great and this is great that you're being. I'm just like, of course he's going to say that because he's on Disney's payroll to say that.
That's what I was thinking.
Same thing that they did with Moses Ingram, where you had oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm blanking on his name. But everyone was doing hostage videos about that.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor. It's just like, come on, y'all. Well, I know, Hughes, you got to go. So thanks for being here. And where can people find you, my dear?
Well, y'all know where to find me. Views with Hughes Culture and News here on YouTube and the Big Green Machine, as well as on X.
All right. Go ahead and find Hughes. Thank you so much for being here, my dear. You take care and stay blessed.
Y'all be sure to smash the like button better than the Black Captain America throw that whole disc. I had to do. I'm sorry. Oh no, it's a big red hawk, daddy.
Yeah, he still can't throw that daggone shield. Oh, let's see. Amanda says, so basically she's like the current people working on these projects, unable and probably unwilling to create their own thing. So they ride on the successes of others while claiming it on their own. Yeah. I mean, if you're an engineer, anybody can reverse engineer something. Try creating something from scratch. That is much tougher to do. And that gives you, more props. If anyone wants to do anything Iron Man related, the MCU already has Rhodey as War Machine or Tony's daughter who could become Tony 2.0. I would rather have seen that. My favorite character in the MCU is Tony Stark. And as much as Marvel broke my heart at, the end game, but I said, okay, it's all gone full circle. Because you remember in the first Iron Man movie, the scientist that he was, basically being held captive with, who saved his life with a darn car battery, told him don't waste his life. And, and he didn't. So that's two Dale Carnegie dropouts in one night. But kind of go through this article a little bit, and it's from Collider, which we all know is a shill site. Love you, Collider, and all your writers. It took Marvel too long to acknowledge Ironheart, and it speaks to a much larger, more troubling trend. So Ironheart dropped its first trailer today, highlighting the struggles of girl genius Riri Williams as she balances her academic career at MIT with a potentially budding criminal career working for the mysterious Parker Robbins Anthony Ramos. I love Anthony Ramos just on looks alone. He's a hot-looking Puerto Rican dude. I like his acting. He is not enough to make me want to seriously sit down and watch this, but I am, because I'm gonna have to critique it. Robbins is a demonically powered crime lord known as the Hood. Seriously, that's what y'all came up with? Villain name. What's your villain name? The Hood. Get out of here. Produced by Ryan Coogler, which basically means Ryan didn't really write it. He just, a producer credit on it. Who included Riri in a major capacity in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And I think basically Disney held a gun to his head and said, you will put her in this movie. Because she didn't do anything, really, in Wakanda Forever. So it's like, why the heck was she there? So what this person is basically talking about is to basically say, because it has such diverse elements, it should be getting more support from Disney than it is. Which I completely disagree with. It should not get a push because it's quote unquote diversity. I'll say diversity in name only because it's not true. It's not true diversity.
It's a crap story. It's a crap story.
Exactly. It's a completely crap story. And what pisses me off and keeps pissing me off about Disney when they have Black characters is they're not writing them very well and expect you to just sit back and watch this and say, if you don't watch this, you're racist. No. Once again, we come to the soft bigotry of low expectations. This show is not above criticism. It is not above approach. And to actually paint a picture that people don't like it or it's not getting supported because it's a so-called Black TV show is really disgusting. I mean, I know engineers, like I was an engineering student. I know some dudes who were engineers back in the 50s and 60s where you hardly saw any Black engineers at all. And these folks were some serious pioneers. I mean, even the dude who made the Super Soaker, okay? Granted, he sold his design, whatever. He got money for it. He was an engineer. Came up with the darn Super Soaker, which is one of the best water guns ever.
I wish I knew that. That would have made me. I'd take the money for that.
Woo! I would have too, because that was one heck of a. And it wasn't just one. It was just you just go to the toy section at Walmart and see all the different Super Soaker water guns that they have. That's there. But yeah, this whole character setup, she's not someone you can relate to. She thinks she knows everything. And I forget who put it in the chat, and you'll have to remind me who it was. I'm sorry. She wanted her teacher to be basically racist towards her, so she would have something to overcome or something like that. I think the teacher told her you could be basically anything that you want to do. And she says, no, you're supposed to tell me I can't do it because I'm Black and a woman. I'm like, excuse me, that's how.
That's an actual dialogue in the.
That was in the comic book from what someone told me. And they actually pulled up the panels. This was, was I on Side Scrollers when this happened? I think I was. As I said, this isn't a comic. And they said, yes. And they pulled up the panels and I actually read the panels. That is exactly what happened. And I'm like, well, no wonder this comic run sucked. I said nobody bought it. Who wants to do that? Who can empathize with that? Unless this was like set in the 1950s, 1960s. Okay, we can kind of let that slide. But now, absolutely not. So I'm wondering if they probably are going to put this in this series, which it is an insult to so many Black engineers that I have had the privilege to work with and to learn some who were working in the space program. As a matter of fact, instead of watching Ironheart, I mean, I'm falling on that grenade for y'all. Go watch a movie called Hidden Figures.
Oh, I love that movie.
Go and
That was
watch
good.
that. That was a good movie. I
I
mean,
also like the movie The Help.
I haven't seen The
There's
Help yet.
chocolate.
People told me I should
What?
see.
What?
No, I haven't. I'll have to put that on
Oh
the list of
my
movies.
gosh, Lorena.
First time watching. Okay, so I will watch The Help. You haven't seen Tropic Thunder, so
Okay,
we're
you got me there.
yeah. So we'll have to switch off on that because you haven't seen Tropic Thunder.
Wait, Erica has not seen Tropic Thunder?
No,
Mm-mm.
no. I'm gonna be putting together a viewing panel for Tropic Thunder because Cameron Pasha, Mr. Duty's like, Erica, you haven't seen Tropic Thunder. So folks who don't know about Tropic Thunder, and I don't know, you've probably been like hiding under a rock. Here's a clip from Tropic Thunder.
Here's a key grip. Hit that director in the face. Really fucking hard.
Oh, ow.
Tom Cruise. That's that guy. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was Tom Cruise for the longest time. Freaking hysterical. But yeah, watch Hidden Figures. Watch Hidden Figures. It's about 3 Black women. I think one was an engineer and the other 2 I think were scientists, and their work was instrumental with helping the space program. It is insane. I saw her with the big huge chalkboard. I'm like, oh man, no calculus, no scientific calculators, no like computers doing all that stuff, by hand. And you saw like the actual struggles they went through. And I think it was Janelle Monáe's character where she was just like, if you would have told me that we would be in the deep south being escorted by a white cop so we could go work on the space program, I tell you, there must be a God somewhere. It was such a good movie, a very uplifting movie that shows the true struggles of people who were very capable, but boiling down to it basically that being prejudged on race, but also people who advocated for them, how they were treated, because they're just like, these are qualified people and all you want to do is just qualify them just because of what they look like. You want to see that. Don't watch this. But you can watch me suffer through watching it because you know how I do. I will torch this. I've been torching this from the beginning, and I'm going to continue to torch it because this crap should have never come out. They should have just put it in the trash can and got rid of it. But poor Ryan Coogler. I think with this one, since he's got producer credit, it's like, yeah, whatever. I got to work on Sinners. I'll see y'all later. I don't want to deal
He
with
had
it.
a quota to fill up for Disney, and they made him do it.
Yes, that's what I think it was completely. Hey, Sam Wolf, Life of a Military Wife. Hello, my dear. I love how she watched out for her employees and cared about her computers and made sure they were set up for success. So even when their job became obsolete, they had something to grow into. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And another great thing about that film, Hidden Figures, is just how many women were working at NASA, working for the space program. It's just amazing. Again, such an uplifting movie to go see.
I know a lot of women that still work there that are amazing engineers that talk to them till you've seen them working there. You never guessed they were engineers. They don't look geeky. They just look like, normal people. They're not mean. they're nice, but they're brilliant.
Extremely brilliant. And I had the pleasure of working when I did my research and sistership at NASA. I was floored by how many of them that I met. Then, oh, sorry, go ahead, John.
I had I think 230 people I supported. I don't know what the ratio male to female, but it was a good mix, and every walk of life, and you wouldn't believe it. And the brilliance that just comes out of that is just mind blowing. It's humbling.
Yeah, I was just stunned. Well, number one, stunned by the fact that you had the shuttle program, which when I saw the actual technology that it ran on, the only thing missing from the shuttle is a shag carpet and a lava lamp with the technology that's in there. I mean, the first time I saw it, I'm like, oh, why? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm actually.
What was your reaction when you seen that first console? It's like, are you serious? They did what with that?
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, it's a big button. You flip the. I thought it was some kind of high tech interface. No, analog switches, buttons that had to be a certain size because they're like, yeah, because they got the gloves on. It just big like red button stuff, everything. I'm just like, this is ancient. And then I saw the computers that run it, and I know I stopped. So I go in there, all right, because I have like the whole, bunny suit, sticky mat, air shower, saw the how clean is clean video at NASA that we had to watch. So I go in there, and one of the technicians who they keep the whole thing running, I'm amazed by them. It says, yeah, that's where the computers are. I said, plural? And he's like, yeah, they're all in a voting system. So they have 5 computers, IBM computers, by the way. I'm like, really? And he's like, well, don't be too impressed because the computer you have that runs your car is way more powerful than these are. I'm like, wait, what?
The cell phone is more powerful.
Kevin Davis, I'm gonna blow you up because you never fail to entertain me. Stop with the excuses. I don't blame Disney if they stop showing diversity and inclusion in their content because you're going to have folks rooting for it to fail. Well, folks are rooting for anything to fail, right? And if Disney did diversity and inclusion right, their so-called diverse projects wouldn't be going over like a turd in a Sunday punch. I do blame Disney. You know why? Because their name is freaking on it. So, no, I'm not going to accept this crap. I'm not going to accept it. It's like the difference between Wakanda Forever and Black Panther. Black Panther was an incredible freaking film. You had a strong Black male lead that was in it. You had a strong message of family. You had a universal message of the relationship between fathers and sons. And what happens in Wakanda Forever? Shuri takes it over, his sister. And you have a darn disease that takes out T'Challa. Are you freaking kidding me? No. I'm not going to sit and watch and, give Disney a pass for this garbage. You're going to do diversity and inclusion, you need to do it right. Instead of using it as an excuse to say, hey, we did something. We put Black people in this. You know what that's called? Tokenism. Anyway, I'm sorry. What did y'all have to say? I had to rant a little bit.
When you get spicy. I'm gonna say Disney,
I'm just gonna egg you on.
They're capable of better.
I blame cake.
They're capable of better. You know, you hear the name Disney, you expect greatness. They were a great company for decades. And to see stuff like this come out of that company it's devastating, and it's angering, because they're capable of so much more. And we're going to call them out. They deserve to be called out. There are no excuses with Disney. They're lazy and they're cheap, and all they want to do is virtue signal.
Well, Bob
Exactly.
wants to do showers. You got to give him that. In a building in New York.
That's why we're here. Let the
That
spice
man
go.
takes so many showers. I'm surprised his skin is still hanging on.
Well, you know why he takes so many showers, right?
Why is
Because he's a
that?
fish.
What?
He's a fish. He needs to get the slime off of him.
Oh,
Oh,
that makes sense.
okay.
Yeah, it did. It's Florentine. It started with and I wish Ron was on the panel. He's probably asleep right now. It's all started with the inclusion key.
Yeah.
With Disney, there were four keys. From what I understand, there were 4 keys, and they decided to shove in this inclusion key that was not needed, and the wheels started coming off the bus as soon as they pulled in that quote unquote inclusion key.
Yep.
Which
And they've had whistleblowers come out to film threat, because if you go read the D files over on their website, they've had cast members anonymously write where they've had to keep journals to prove that they were, I don't know, going out of their way to cater to like minorities. It's like you were building up credit with the company, and that would determine if you were going to get a raise, if you were going to get promoted. It almost like okay, if you're military, you're going to understand this. If you're going in for your OPR or EPR, which is your work evaluations in the military, you have bullets that you have to turn in. And so you could be volunteering in the community or doing whatever, and that counts towards your work evals as personal growth. Well, Disney was kind of setting up a system like that internally, except it was geared towards, okay, well, what did you do today? To, I don't know, bring some magic to this Black family or this LGBTQ couple, this disabled child. And yeah, so it was really disgusting. Yeah.
That's why we love to kiss my grits.
Oh, really?
And it didn't used to be about that. It with the 4 original keys, inclusion was already in there. But what they wanted to do was to show that, hey, look at how great we are. No. You were doing fine before. Disney is the same company that came out with a movie about the Jamaican bobsled team. Hardly
Cool Runnings was
anybody.
awesome.
Cool Runnings was flipping awesome. And that was a Disney film. That is diversity and inclusion done right.
They had it already organically. What happened was they wanted to get into politics. It has nothing to do with morality with Disney.
100%.
It has everything to do with politics. They just want to politicize anything and everything they can, get their hands on, because everything is political with them right now. And it's sickening and it's disgusting.
Exactly.
Because you're an entertainment company. You're a children's entertainment company, for crying out loud. First and foremost, that's what you're supposed to be. What the hell does politics and kids have? One should not enter into the other's world.
You're right. Exactly.
I'm not going to comment.
No.
Because I'm not going to behave.
You know what? It's when Disney was focusing on just entertainment, they were doing gangbusters. But, Two Shower Bob wanted to be the ambassador to China, and
He
all
wanted to
went
run
down
for
the
POTUS too.
Yeah, he wanted to run for POTUS too. He did.
Yeah, he just wants to be
He
an
did.
ambassador for the Democratic Party. That's it. It's all about power
Mm-hmm.
and control.
Totally is. Totally is.
It's got
Have
I mean,
you
most of his
seen-
career, he's a weatherman, right?
Yes, he's a weatherman who
He
got
was
lucky.
paid to be wrong about everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, say what you want about Eisner. Eisner gave Imagineering the support that they needed. And the Eisner era is my literally favorite era. It seemed that, yeah, Disney had a couple of misfires, but we kind of, forgave that. But the Disney Channel, going to the Disney parks, all of that stuff. Because I'd actually showed this like last week. I happened to find this in my Disney stash. Back when Disney used to put out these super thick guidebooks. Of course, now everything's on your phone, but stuff like this to get you hyped up for being in the park and seeing all the stuff that
cool.
they had to that they had to do. It was just like, man, we had a nighttime parade, we had crazy nighttime fireworks, we had all this extra stuff, but that was back when they were trying to entertain people. Yeah, Eisner had passion. He actually cared about making things fun. Yeah, he did. Cheap hotels too. Just saying. He did
The
that.
Eisner era. Eisner's one of those eras where you didn't know what you had until you lost it.
Absolutely.
Because when things were playing out, especially towards the end, it really sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at where we're at. We're actually in a worse situation. Disney's in a worse situation now. So it makes Eisner look like a freaking saint.
I know. Sam, I have not seen the movie, and I'm drawing a blank on was it Charles Drew? I think it was Dr. Charles. I think it was Dr. Was it Dr. Charles Drew? I think he did the first open heart surgery. Or was he the one that figured out like was storing blood, like the difference between A, B, and O, and finding like O was a universal donor. And I think he wound up dying needlessly because they wouldn't treat him at a segregated hospital, and he died on the table. I think I remember who he I think that was his name. But I haven't seen that, so I will have to go and check that out. All right, last thing for the night, real quick.
Delayed midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis.
Ladies, I'm
Arrested
going to say
Development.
something.
Oh, please do.
Okay. All I can say is I think Pedro wanted one of those new Magic Key things that Disney was releasing, and he was dreaming that's what that was.
Pedro Pascal, he is the gift that keeps on giving, and not in a good way, saying all kinds of crazy-ish about resisting Trump and saying this stuff overseas, real classy. And yet Gina Carano got fired. So I'm sure her legal team is salivating over this nonsense. So coming from that Park Place, our friends over there, written by Marvin Montanaro, Pedro Pascal was seen on video dancing suggestively and seemingly licking a rainbow-colored rod. Pride Night is next month. Apparently, he's got a trans sibling. No judgment. Putting the facts out there. Deduce what you will.
Okay, he has a sibling that's trans.
Yes, he does.
Does this mean he's bi? Because tasting the rainbow? What's the deal?
I do call the Skittles
a rainbow on another level. Man.
I do call the Skittles.
Wow. Now I got the commercial stuck in my head. Taste the rainbow.
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm trying to keep it PG.
Skittles.
Okay?
Skittle. That's what I call the. We'll put it this way: the militant LGBTQs who just want to rule everybody and think that you should tell everybody your business and sexual preferences when there's some folks who just want to live their lives, right? So I call them the Skittles Nation, aka Gay Mafia 2.0. Kiss my grits knows exactly what I'm talking about. So Pedro Pascal may be the most in-demand actor in Hollywood right now for studios, not audiences. I'm glad Marvin put that in there. But his recent behavior is raising eyebrows for all the wrong reasons. Just after the Mandalorian star made headlines for telling Dakota Johnson she should start an account on, I'm guessing, OnlyFans to wiggle her toe for money. Okay. New footage has surfaced showing the actor dancing behind a DJ booth at an event in a rather suggestive manner. What I'd ask what's wrong with them, but we all know what's wrong with them.
What I want to say, I just
This
will
shit
not say.
doesn't stink.
I get it. You're at an event, okay? And if this was Joe Schmo, no one would really care. But yeah, exactly. No, it's not the first time he's done that. It doesn't seem that way. He seems way, way, way too adept at doing this. Oh God. Okay. So pretty much the timing couldn't be more awkward. Absolutely. Pascal is currently riding high on Disney's investment in him as a future cornerstone of Marvel and Star Wars franchises. He's set to play Reed Richards this summer in Fantastic Four First Steps. He'll then reprise a leading role in next year's Avengers Doomsday. And he's set to headline the first Star Wars release since 2019 in The Mandalorian and Grogu film. This is a slate representing well over $2 billion in potential box office revenue. Now, your girl, of course, I'm going to go see the movies because I just have to review them. But I really don't think normies are going to be interested in Pedro Pascal, considering between his big mouth and his stupid antics and the way that he can't seem to dress himself right when he goes out. I don't know. How do you think this is
What the
going to
big
affect?
hype is that he's not even good looking, and then he acts like an ass. Apparently. So, what's so attractive about this guy? Is that I guess it's just gotten to his head because he's being played in all these roles. Because I'm hearing people that they're sick and tired of him. I guess having the monopoly on was it Marvel movies or something? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't really give a damn, I think he's just like the rest of Hollywood, just annoying, all about himself, conceited. Like, dude, I don't give a shit.
Well, what I think, and I'm pretty sure, I think that's what not everyone, but most people, you've got Pedro Pascal fatigue because this isn't casting for star power. It is not. Casting Michael B. Jordan for star power makes sense. Casting, oh my gosh, Ryan Reynolds, star power makes sense. It just hit me. Oh my gosh, dude who was in Twisters. I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person too over here.
I can't believe I'm having that much. Glenn Powell. Sorry. Okay. Finally hit me. My brain made the connection. Glenn Powell has star power, and he's attractive, as is Michael B. Jordan is attractive. Okay. Pedro Pascal, for whatever reason, I don't know, he probably has a very good agent with enough inroads. One of the things about Hollywood is it's not always about talent. It's about who you know.
Mm.
And I think this is the case with Pedro Pascal. He's got the right politics. You know, he supports the current thing. And that's why he's getting cast. But as far as normies are concerned, it's like, who the heck is Pedro Pascal? I know who Michael B. Jordan is. I know who Glenn Powell is. I know who Tom Cruise is. I know who Jack Black is. Who's this guy? Except the one that complains he doesn't want to wear a freaking helmet when he knew that's part of the job. Kiss my grits. Thank you so very, 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 very much, my dear, for this super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell me I'm your own.
Check, please.
Thank you for the $20. Kiss my grits. I so appreciate that, my dear, my friend. I wonder what favors Pedro had to perform around Burbank to suddenly go from being a mediocre B-list TV guest actor for 20 plus years to Hollywood's A-list go-to actor in his 40s. Care to tell us, Disney? Well, we know what it's called. It's called the casting couch, and it swings both ways.
I don't want to know those stories. It sounds really grotesque.
Like I said, I went to LA and I came back and I was not the same, especially with things that I saw happen out there. Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Because you've got people with much more talent than Pedro Pascal who are not getting cast for this stuff. So who
It might
knows?
be different if he carried himself differently off camera. Sometimes that helps. You know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have a hard time connecting like the character to the actor when they're acting like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the difference between Ziegler and Ortega. You know?
I'm sorry, but
no, go ahead.
I can't see him as the Mandalorian anymore. That thing is totally gone. That okay, when that first came out, okay, this guy's pulling it off. But with this, nah. Sorry.
That's
no
what
way.
I said. No. He's not
And I
he's not
guess
appealing.
they're still coming out with this Mandalorian movie despite the
Oh
lawsuit
yeah.
with Gina Carano.
Oh yeah. They're doing it. They're doing it.
I bet her lawyers are eating that up. I mean, I don't know what they can do with that, but that's pretty shitty, if you ask me.
Mhm. It is. I mean, Disney Star Wars, they need a win. Nobody freaking cares except for shills about Star Wars. I know I don't, and I can't remember any time before where I did not care about Star Wars. It used to be when a Star Wars movie came out, especially if you worked in IT, nobody except for whoever drew the short straw was going to be left in the department when a Star Wars movie came out. Like literally my whole
That's
group
no
when I
joke.
worked at Stark Industries, we were just like, yeah, we're not gonna be, none of us are gonna be here because we're going to go see Revenge of the Sith. So nobody is gonna be around except for one person really low, like on the totem pole, because we were all at the theater watching the Star Wars movie. Now it's just like nobody cares. Nobody really cares. Grogu merchandise sells on its own, not the Mandalorian. Baby Yoda merchandise. So with Pedro Pascal, he cannot keep his foot out of his mouth to save his life. And I talked about this on Paulie's show. I'm like, it's like, it's one thing, okay, you have a trans relative, but just because you do doesn't give you the right to judge other people. Like if you don't accept my trans whatever, then you're an istophobe and whatever. No. He doesn't use it to like build bridges with people. It's like every chance he gets, he's got to thumb his nose up at the US. He's got to thumb his nose at Republicans, and people just had it. So I cannot wait to
And
see
there
what's going to
again.
happen with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and there again, no one gives a shit. It's a free country. God gave me free will to think and believe whatever I want and kiss my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then again, he does this. You hand him a flashlight that glows different colors, he gets excited. So that tells you all about his character.
Ooh, I'm gonna say something super
Isn't that a horse of a different color?
He likes it all a bunch of different colors. Apparently, he likes multicolor lipsticks.
Oh, let's just say I'm probably sure he's been in West Hollywood a lot. Kiss my grits knows what I'm saying about when I'm talking about when I say WeHo. Right?
I bet he's been in Greenwich.
WeHo, yes. WeHo is like I was gonna say Chelsea. Go and show. He says he acts like he's been spending time with Molly. I don't think we can even blame that.
I tell you what, Molly's quite hot in Atlanta. It is a hot commodity in that. And I know Hollywood's got a presence in Georgia, so
they do. They do with the Georgia, with the Georgia studios and everything. Tom needed a space seed. He wasn't content with being an amazing ranch. We love having a boy.
I've been on this.
Oh, by the way, CJ said he loves your guitar setup.
Thank you, CJ.
I meant to tell you that before. Yeah, he said nice guitar collection. So I wanted to make sure I bring that one up. Yeah, I'll give a little hot take on Pedro Pascal, since he likes to trash right-wing America. I wouldn't even say right-wing. I would just say center, because you can be center left, center right, and it seems he just wants you to be radical. Apparently, Pedro Pascal was born in Chile. Okay.
Yep.
Pedro, I'm not even going to get into how many DNA cousins I have in Chile. So, how funny would it be if we find out some of your ancestors owned slaves in Chile? I'm just saying. Just saying. Anyway, enough Pedro Pascal, all that nonsense going on. Fantastic Four movie. I think that sucker is just going to go over like a lead balloon. Is WeHo? Yes, Dylan. Yes, it is. West Hollywood is one of the gayest places on earth. Okay. My parents came to visit me when I was living in California, right? Not too long after Camera Girl was born. They came to visit me. So I'm taking them, out and about. And my mom wanted to see Beverly Hills for real. So we drove through Beverly Hills. We were on Santa Monica Boulevard. We're driving through Beverly Hills and they're taking in everything. And then we cross over into WeHo. And we drive past this big, huge billboard for a gay dating service.
Oh, no.
I thought my parents were going to try to lay hands on me, but my mother was just like, when are you leaving here? I said, I'm working on it. FYI, my father's a pastor. So, yeah. And we're driving through one of the gayest places in America. Yup, go and show you are not lying. You are not lying. I mean, WeHo is one of the most flamboyant places I've ever been. I've ever driven through. I was like, I cannot believe, and it hit me at the last minute. I'm like, you're on Santa Monica Boulevard. I don't think you want to drive your parents to WeHo. Well, too late.
So it's just an area like Beverly Hills, a cluster. a small
It's
cluster area that's
it's like there's Beverly Hills. Like if you're going out, like say if you're going towards, let's see, WeHo, Beverly Hills, WeHo. So basically, if you're going towards central LA, like if you're driving on I-10 or just if you're Santa Monica Boulevard, it goes through Beverly Hills, and then it goes through West Hollywood, and then it goes through Hollywood. So yeah, it's like the Beverly Hills of Santa Monica. Pretty much. Yes, even more so than the Castro district, Mark. Yes, even more so than the Castro district. There is nothing like ain't nothing like WeHo. I'll tell you that much. Hey, Mama Lugo, how you doing?
Hey, Mom.
Night, everyone. Hugs. Well, good night.
Night.
We are gonna wrap up, but of course, we cannot leave without a little bit of wisdom from Skeletor. Oh shoot. I didn't hang on. Dang it.
If you sit on the toilet at 11:59 and the clock strikes midnight, it's literally same different day. Until we meet again. Remember.
That's good.
I saw this on Instagram. I laughed for 5 minutes. And especially if you used to watch E-Man, okay? But I'll run it again.
If you sit on the toilet at 11:59 and the clock strikes midnight, it's literally same different day. Until we meet again. Remember.
Oh God, I love Skeletor. I love Skeletor, and of course, I definitely love all of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the Spice Lounge. We like to, keep it real, but we'd like to have a heck of a lot of fun on the show as well. Erica, what you got going on?
Pure laziness.
That's okay. You're
Yeah.
stream hopping. That's a job.
Yeah, I'm still stream hopping. I know. I keep saying I'm gonna edit all this footage and just mentally tired these days.
I hear you. Well, I'm glad you're here. You got to check out Erica's channel. Did halfway to Halloween already pass by?
Yes, it did. I know. And I go through small spells of brainstorming for this year. Actually, I've had Tom here help me. I still need to hit you up again to figure out my at least one of my projects that I could actually do. Anyway, so yeah, we're kind of at that halfway mark, and the Halloween stores are already kind of giving sneak peeks, like previews of the previews of the previews of the latest that's coming out this year. They've already had their Halloween. I didn't know there were Halloween conventions until a few weeks ago. Yeah, I'm late to that party.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. So I got a whole list of new companies I need to look up and see what stuff they have that maybe I could use. Probably can't afford, but it's fun to look at anyways. Yeah, I know. Halloween. It's my favorite topic. But I mean, aside from
forward to your videos for Halloween decoration, I'm like taking notes. Ooh, I need to do this.
Yeah,
I need to do
it's
that.
fun, but yeah, as Halloween home hunters, we are in our DIY season. Once next month, next month. It's already June.
I know, isn't it crazy?
All right. I really need to get on it because these projects are time consuming and they're expensive. So
Next thing you know, they'll sneak up on you. I know I'm definitely
Yeah,
not
well,
paying to go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. I will not be doing that. Not with how much they want. So
I'll scream.
there's
I'm
a
not planning on
Hollow Scream. I'm gonna
coming
have to
back.
go with y'all, Linda, so I can experience that because I don't want to. I don't want to go by it. I want to go by myself. So there's that. There's Hollow Scream, and Camera Girl wants to go to Dark Universe for Halloween.
Yes.
So
I'm
she
curious as to
asked
what
for her
Epic is
birthday.
gonna do for Halloween, just in general with the park, if they're gonna bring out decorations, if there's gonna be any special events, ticketed events, I hope so. It'd be
I
just
can't
fun.
wait to find out. I can't because she loves that because she of course she loved Super Nintendo World, loved Isla Burke. It's nice walking through Ministry of Magic, but Dark Universe. If you want to talk about what's popping on TikTok about Epic Universe, it's Dark Universe. Igor is a TikTok star. She got a video with Igor and she put it on TikTok and I'm like, how come you got to meet him? Oh my God, I wanna meet him. So it's like him, the Invisible Man. Dark Universe is like taking off. There's so many folks, so many people who want to go there. So I can't wait to check it out for Halloween.
I'm going back in
Tom,
next.
you what?
I'm going next. Not tomorrow, but next Wednesday. I'm going back to Epic.
Oh, nice. Wait, Barry's in town, right?
That's who I'm going to hang out with.
Okay. Yeah, y'all gotta tell me. Okay, I'm to connect with you guys to see him while he's here. Yep, there's Tom's channel. So make sure you subscribe to Tom.
It's
Make
just a little
sure
channel. Some crazy launch stuff. I'm going to
that's
try to do more. If I'm not modding, usually modding.
Yeah,
not
Tom's
filming.
turned into a super modder.
I'm getting FOMO over here.
Well, what's going on with me? I may be adjusting the streaming schedule a little bit. I found out there's a church function in the evening. I need to go hang out with some old ladies to play some games so I can learn all their tips and tricks. So gonna be adjusting my gaming stream a little bit, but yes, I'm going to be playing Doom, the first one, Doom 1. I'm too pretty to die, but I'm going to be dying a lot. And it's going to be funny. So I'm going to be playing that tomorrow at 8:30. I believe the Dark Council is going to be in session over at Fatal J's channel. You do not want to miss it. Since I'm producer, I get to hang in the back and do stuff like be here on time and try to keep these guys in line, which I try. I really do try. But sometimes it just don't work. It just don't work. But love them to death. So please do go over there and check that show out tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you have not had a chance to see my stream from last night from Epcot, we got to see the Pointer Sisters perform twice.
That's awesome.
Twice. So
that was a fun watch.
Oh, I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I'm really glad and also thankful that the Pointer Sisters archive did drop into my chat. They're like, come back and watch the second set because they only did Neutron Dance once for the first show. I got like a clip of it. It's on X. And then the other two performances, they actually mixed it up with a couple of different songs. So I'm like, okay, that does make sense because they have crazy extensive catalog, including some songs that I forgot I actually knew. So it's kind of weird when I hear the song and I start singing the words and I'm like, wait, what was this? So yeah, it was great. So please do go and check that out. That's what I call what is it? My favorite old people bands. I shouldn't say that, but it's basically I don't care how old they are, I will pay to go see them. Like I will pay to go see the Rolling Stones. I don't care how old they are. I will pay to go and see them. Casey and the Sunshine Band, I'll go and see them too. All right, folks. As always, thank you so much for supporting the Spice Lounge. We sure do appreciate you hanging out with us. Over 120 of you guys between YouTube and X have been hanging out with us. We so do appreciate it. Take care. Be safe. Be blessed. And we, of course, will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Let's tidy things up.
Autobots, start your engines!
Not under the rug.
We'll keep singing without fail, otherwise we'd spoil it.
Ready, Prime? Let's roll.
Hosing down the garbage pail and scrubbing up the toilet. Ooh.
That's all, folks.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.